Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to the internet, and welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where today you get an extra healthy side helping of fresh baked apple pie a la mode, with ice cream. Oh, that sounds good. With me today, as you can tell, is Dax. Say hello, Dax.
Hello, Dax.
You didn't disappoint me. I knew that's what you were going to say.
Hey.
I knew it. I knew it. Jen should be. Oh, as a matter of fact, there she is.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I muted the stream in the background. So.
That's all right. But there's Jen.
The messages always lights up like, oh, you got a message. It didn't do it.
My Twitter's been so messed up. The other day, Alex sent me a DM, and I did not get it for several hours later.
Yeah.
It didn't show up. So, yeah, Twitter screwed up. It's a hot mess.
Well, I've been posting a lot of Wexit stuff, so I might have a shadow on me, and I'm not really sure. It's just I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't know the difference. Honestly, I think that there's a couple that have me muted. I'm not sure why, because I don't talk politics. I don't start crap. I don't troll people. All I do is tell stupid dad jokes and talk about my grandkids. So maybe they have no sense of humor and don't like kids. I don't know. Shio says, what do rednecks do on Halloween? I don't know. Myself, I turned off all the lights and hid in my house. Took a nap. That was my Halloween. But here in my city, they have and no, Havoc. Alex has to work. I'm pretty sure, so he won't be joining us. Here in my city, trick or treating is only allowed between 6 and 8, which is odd to me because when I don't remember that when I was a kid. You just went out when it was dark and come back when you were done. Anyway.
If I make random gag noises, you have to forgive me. It's just my neighbors are cleaning out their fryer, and they're very Filipino, so a lot of what they cook is fish. So
I got you.
Oh God, it's wafting up. I had the window open. I'm like, oh, I think that's where it's coming from. So I closed. I'm like, oh, I think it got worse.
Functional says, shocking, the guy whose motto is "Get off my lawn" doesn't do Halloween. Dude, I don't like the holiday season, period. I really don't. I hate it. I'm one of those people that get really stressed out during the holiday season. I get very nervous. I don't like it. And if it weren't for my grandkids, I wouldn't celebrate any of them. Thanksgiving, Christmas, none of it. I really wouldn't. Just not my thing. But I do have grandkids, 10 of them, and they expect Papa to be around on those holidays. So I'll suck it up. And it's worth it. There's nothing like watching them kids enjoy themselves, man. That's just great stuff. But yeah, I used to like holidays when I was a kid. I see Michael Weiner talking about it. But as I got older and the commercialization of it, and they've just all become great big advertisements for the stores. That's all they are.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts. Mama Minnie in the chat, my daughter, oldest boy, was a Borderlands psycho for Halloween. Oh, I would have loved to have seen that.
Me too.
Because I know how he loves Borderlands. But he was the one that... do you remember, Dax, on the original Borderlands, that if you were on the opening screen before you actually went in and played, and it had Claptrap on there, if you let it run, he would go through several bits, like dance and run around. And
yeah, he still does that.
Yeah. Well, when that came out, my oldest grandchild was pretty young, maybe 3, 4, and he would insist I let it run on that part so he could watch Claptrap and laugh at it. Wouldn't let me play the game. I just had to fire it up and let it play on that.
I did the same thing with a game called Worms Armageddon.
Yeah.
It would run through a couple of cartoons if you let the screen run. It was great.
Yeah. Now, if I'm talking extra loud, it's because I'm wearing a different set of earbuds today, and they really block out the rest of the noise. Now, I talk loud because I don't hear well anyway, but I have a feeling I'm talking real loud because I can't hear.
Well, sounds good to me.
Yeah, you're not too bad.
Okay. Well, oh, Lord, I've had a day. As I mentioned before, I got 2 episodes of Redneck Trek done last week.
Woo!
And all I needed to do is add the music to tomorrow's episode. And so I was doing that this morning. And just as I got started, my earbuds screwed up. I knew it was coming. They were getting frayed. The wires on them were getting frayed. And the right earbud quit working. I was like, nah, I can't deal with that. So I'm hunting all over the house. When Mama Minnie lived here with all her kids, I will check my phone when I'm done, baby. I will. There's tons of earbuds and headphones around here. And I'm finding loads of them. And they're all freaking broke. Every one of them. And so I finally found a set that would work. The cords on them a little short, so when I turn my head, I have a tendency to pull them out of my ears. But at least they're working. So my wife goes to the store and buys me a set, and we just had the conversation before we left. You know, she come home with Bluetooth that don't work on your computer. Not without extra extra equipment. I'm sorry. And she knows that. She just wasn't taking. But yeah, I've had a day already. It was frustrating. I couldn't get them untangled, and I was starting to get really aggravated. I was getting close to throwing everything across the room this morning. That's what I was getting ready to do. I bet you all never get like that, right?
Never.
No. So I want to bring up one thing real quick before I get distracted and forget to talk about it, because this has to do with the channel and with this live stream in particular. There's a very good chance I'm going back to work.
Ooh.
I've been talking to the tobacco store where I go and get my tobacco. I ask them all the time, you guys looking for help? And the last time I asked them, oh, we just hired somebody. Well, crap, just my luck. So I pull up there Friday, about 10 o'clock in the morning, and there's a sign out said, help wanted. Well, cool. I'm going to go in and get a application, which I did, and I took it back yesterday. It'll be for part-time work, maybe a couple of nights through the week and on the weekends. So I don't know how that's going to affect my schedule in this live stream in particular. I don't know yet. But as soon as I find out, I'll try to let everybody know. But there's a chance that, you know, I may not have a chance to get the word out too much. You know what I mean? I like my chances of getting it. When I walked in, there was actually a kid. Well, he was in his 20s, but to me, a kid in his 20s is a kid. Was turning in an application, and she kind of looked at it, you know, real quick and said, okay, well, I'll give you a call, and rushed him out the door. When I brought mine in, we talked for quite a while, you know, about the application. And of course, I was turning on the old redneck Joker charm, you know. And we kind of had a mini interview right then. She says, well, this is truck day, so I really can't interview you today. Says, but I'll give you a call either later today or Monday. Are you available to stream? I said, I only live a few blocks from here. I can be here whenever you want. Or just, I think I said to stream, to interview. And I said, you know, yeah, call me. I'll be here anytime. And she seemed really, really interested is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And talked really positively about it. And so I like my chances of getting it. Yeah. So if they hire me Monday, I don't know when I might start. and I might not have time to get the word out. I'll try to get it out on Twitter, but I know a lot of you don't have Twitter. So if I don't stream on Tuesday, it's because I'm working.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like any other job, it'll probably be a couple of weeks of training before they get me on a set schedule, before I know how things are going to go. So it might be spotty for the next few weeks until we figure something out, but we'll figure it out. That's not the end of the stream or my content. We'll just have to maybe reschedule things a little bit. That's it. So, yeah.
Well, good luck anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's right up my alley. I'm a smoker, so I understand smokers. And you can actually smoke on the premises. There's a big sign outside. We welcome smoking on our premises. And they play rock and roll music, my kind of classic rock and roll, over the speakers. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the old-fashioned head shop out of the 70s.
Okay.
And they do sell that stuff. There's bongs for sale and like that in one corner, but it's mostly tobacco products and accessories, and vape stuff.
They might be interested in you too, just because like older guys are less likely to just leave, whereas the younger guys kind of end up being temporary sometimes.
Well, that's what I told her when I first handed it out. I said, as you can see on the application, because like any application, they ask for your prior work. Well, none of those applications has enough space on it for me, because I've been working for a paycheck since 1976. But I said, you can see, because I've got 8 years here, 10 years there, another 8 years there. You can see that I tend to stay places, so I'm not a job hopper.
Yeah.
So I can promise you this: if you hire me, you'll get at least 5 good years out of me, because I do plan to retire in 5 years. But I'm gonna try to get back out there and make a go out of it. We'll see what happens. How's the job hunt going for you, Dax? How's that?
Just waiting for that secondary background check to get the gaming license.
Yeah. Well, I know you texted me the other day for a reference, and yeah, boy, I had to put references on that application, and that was tough because everybody I know these days is online, and it had to be someone not related to me. So I'm like, really? So I had to dig around in my memory and Google phone numbers, and because I mean, I don't mean this to sound sad, because I'm not sad about it. It's just the way it is. I don't have a lot of friends outside of home. I just don't. Not interested in that. I'm a homebody.
I'm kind of the same way. It's one of those things where, like, if I didn't have internet friends, my friends would be my family. I'm like, oh, good, good. Because I used to hang out with like coworkers and stuff, but like even then it was very seldom. Like maybe once or twice a year I might do something, and then my preferred choice was just going home.
Well, even when I worked, and I had people I really, really got along with at work, and if I had a way of looking up their phone numbers, I would have. I don't know what happened there. The browser just crashed and kicked everybody out.
Yep.
Oh boy! Thank you for the donation, Cryptic. It's not going to go on screen this time. Most of them are dead. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying before the internet rudely interrupted me, I had some people that I really got along with. One of the people I used to work with, actually, speaking of Borderlands, Marcus Dax on the.
No, I don't know Marcus at all.
How in the first one? Well, I was making a particular reference to the Marcus dolls in the first one, where you could collect them.
Mm-hmm.
this buddy of mine looked exactly like him, and his last name was Fraley. And every time we seen those dolls, me and J Kid, when we were playing, because J Kid worked there too, we're like, Fraley doll. But I've lost track of them, over time. That's what happens. You no longer work at a job, you lose track of each other. It happens. But
yeah, it's just basically how it is.
But even when I worked, I didn't hang out with them after hours. We got along good at work. When work was over, I went home, they went home, and it was it. But anyway, how are your weekends, you two?
Meh.
So far so good. I've got a stream after this one that I'm doing with Functional and Prospero, based off of the shenanigans I've been into this week. All stuff that I'm not getting paid for, but it sure does feel like work. So I might have joined the Wexit movement last week on the Facebook thing, and then joined Discord through them. So I hosted their first town hall meeting. It was kind of a very spur of the moment, because I'd been running around all morning and read that they were hosting it, and I was like, well, I've got something of a platform. But I hosted it on my second channel, which is brand new, so it didn't really get as much reach, which is probably good, because they were saying a lot of stuff. I mean, it's very terrible, particle, but we're going to review that stream, just because there were points in there that, are still valid concerns.
Yeah.
And I was in there last week, or not last week, yesterday. They had another spur meeting, but this wasn't one that I could stream. Like, I didn't have permission to do it. But with them, they're like, for any of these town hall meetings, I have their permission to stream them, and review them with people. And
I don't know what's happening here, but this is getting annoying. Very annoying.
I'm being censored. They're like, she's part of that group. She's giving them.
I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, it just says, oops, something has happened. Please try again. And, it doesn't boot everybody out before when I've got booted from a stream. So I don't understand what's going on. Wow. Oh, that's new. It actually comes up in color. Thank you, Wabba Jock, for the donation. What do rednecks do for Halloween? Pumpkin. Hashtag rip feed.
Did you call him Wabba Jock?
Yeah,
Wabba Jock. Wabba Jack.
Okay. Well,
get it right. Don't you insult my stuff.
Hey, me and you's gonna throw down, boy.
I'm gonna take you all the way to Skyrim and make you eat the Wabba Jack.
We gonna throw down.
Throw you down the flight of stairs.
You better pack a lunch.
I'm gonna make you monkey style.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, moving on.
All right, so I'll keep my thought and just finish that one real quick.
Wait, you'll keep the thought, or you'll be a thought?
Well, no, I'll let the thought go. But yeah, so in this second meeting, so for sure, there's at least a few people in that group that are they're either power grabbing or they're fishing for money. This is something that we were kind of addressing in yesterday's meeting. So I kind of got that right away, like, I'm really just there to listen and hear what it is that they're saying, and then give them a platform to share what it is that they have to say. If anyone wants to argue them on their points, they can argue them on their points. I've addressed them on a couple of issues. Like, they haven't talked anything about, like, who are their backers. Like, if their only backers are the people donating to it, Like, they've got nothing. This is just a random group of angry people on the internet. So they've told me that they've got a few, but they aren't naming anybody. And I'm like, okay, so that's concerning to a group of people who are like not sure of what's going on. Two of the leaders look like they're on a power grab. In my mind, I would say. Like, it looks like if they can't get our premier to do what it is that they're asking for, I don't know with them. Like, they're sketchy. They're very sketchy with what they're saying. So, but yeah, this is all stuff that we're gonna address. And like I said, I'm gonna keep sharing information that I get. I'm not an undercover journalist. I don't have any credentials. I don't have any backing. But some of it's been, like I said, like you know what I mean when somebody's selling you bullshit.
Yeah. As far as us getting booting off here, I've just realized something, and I have a theory.
Ooh.
Both times it happened just as I got a super chat.
Let's find out. Somebody want to donate?
And they added the color to it, so I wonder if there's not a glitch to it. Yeah, if somebody was planning on donating anyway, and want to do that and see if that's the case, I'll bring us right back if it boots us. That's my running theory, though. I just realized that it happened just as somebody sent a super chat. StreamYards must be experiencing issues with their new little feature. But anyway, in the meantime, while people are thinking about that one.
Oh, that's good.
If you've noticed that we may have lost Dax, but that
Confirmed, yeah.
that's confirmed. If you send a super chat today, I guess it's going to bounce us off the internet.
You doing it? Do it.
No, please don't. Oh, and thank you for the super chat testing, guys. Yeah, that confirms my suspicion. What causes that? Well, see, when I would share the posts online, it didn't put them in color before, the color of the super chat. But now they've added that. Must be something with that. Anyway,
I'm so happy.
Anyway, as I was saying before we got booted, may have noticed the title of the stream. It's possible, it's impossible. Here's what that's about. Everybody's heard about the Impossible Burger at Burger King, right?
It's impossible that I'll ever try it.
Well, if you've never heard of it, it's a vegan hamburger that's supposed to be impossible because it tastes just like a hamburger. Which cracks me up that vegans want to pretend they're eating meat, but, not really eat meat. Seems a bit hypocritical to me, but hey, whatever. So my wife brings me home an Impossible Burger from Burger King yesterday, not knowing what it was. Someone had told her it was a spicy hamburger, and I like spicy, so she bought it, thinking that's what it was. I get ready to open it, and I see it says Impossible Burger. I'm like, Impossible Burger? Really? You bought me an Impossible? Well, yeah, they said it was spicy. I said, no, sweetheart, this is a vegan hamburger. It's made out of veggies. There's no meat on it.
I'm so happy.
There is no meat. Well, I'll trade you. I got fish sandwiches, and I'll trade you a fish sandwich for you if you don't want it. I said, no, I'll eat it since you bought it. What's the worst can happen? Make me puke, right? That's the worst. So I'll eat it.
I mean, you could have gotten dysentery.
Now, I will be honest. It looks just like a hamburger. Looks like. It does look like a hamburger. Even when you break it open on the inside, it looks like a hamburger. But I see so many people on Twitter talking about, oh, it tastes just like a hamburger. Tastes just like a hamburger. No, it doesn't. It wasn't bad. It wasn't awful. I didn't hate it. Right? It wasn't like I took a bite and go, ah! But it did not taste like a hamburger. There's a little bit of a grilled taste. But I didn't taste anything meaty at all. If anything, I tasted soy. You know? So their Impossible Burger is not as impossible. You know, I think these vegans that are eating it and singing his praises haven't eaten meat so long they don't remember what it really tastes like. Because it doesn't taste like. But it wasn't awful. It was edible. I ate the whole thing. I ate it. It was, you know. But no, it did not taste like a hamburger. I'm sorry, Burger King, but you failed. I don't care what all the people are saying on Twitter and everything else. That thing does not taste like a grilled hamburger. And if it tastes like your grilled hamburgers, I want to know what you're doing to them before you eat them.
Yeah, for all you know, they've probably added a smoke to it too, which is just extra salt.
Yeah, it's got a grill and a smoke and it, you know, yeah, it's got a little bit of a grilled taste, which I expected. I mean, there's potato chips out there that taste like a grilled steak. And they hit the mark a whole lot better than the Impossible Burger did because it tastes like a grilled steak. It really does. It just didn't. Now, again, let me stress, I didn't hate it. It wasn't awful. It wasn't inedible. You know, I didn't hate it. It just didn't taste like what it was supposed to, you know? It was more of a kind of a nutty flavor, you know? That's why I said soybeans.
You ate nut.
Well, I am a nut, but
it's No Nut November.
Yeah. Well, so they say. Diesel Dave says Wendy's has one now. Yeah, thank you, Cryptic. If possible today, please, if you want to send a donation, send it Streamlabs. Because apparently super chats are booting us off the air.
If you want to confirm, do it now.
No, we already confirmed it. Shut up, Dax.
I'm so tempted. I have no money, but it's so tempted to do it.
I've got better things to do than to keep bringing us back into the hangout. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, I need a drink. But hello, I haven't said hello to the chat. What's the matter with me? Hello, everybody out there. Too many of you now for me to name off how many I've seen, but hello to everybody. Hope your Saturday's good. Appreciate you because you could sure do a whole lot more things that are probably more interesting and fun than hanging out with us. But you chose to do that, and good on you. Mountain Dew. Yeah, I'm the consummate redneck. I have a Mountain Dew. This is 24/7. I have a Mountain Dew at my right side. I mean 24/7. I take a Mountain Dew to the bedroom with me at night in case I get woke up and need a drink. And on my left side is a hot cup of coffee. And I alternate. I actually do. Take a drink of coffee, take a drink of Dew. Oh, so what else we got? Oh, You can laugh all you want to, Dak.
It's the greatest thing ever. You get paid, I get to laugh for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I get paid. But, oh my gosh, is it worth pulling us back into the hangout?
It is for me.
Time?
I mean, it's great.
Oh my god.
Bunch of jokers. Yeah, I seen Shio did it, Pat. It gives me it gives me a notification on who it was and what they said and everything. It just boots us out of the hangout. The hangout completely crashes.
It's funny the way it does it too, because it's just like automatic pause and you already know what's happening.
Yep. Now that I figured it out, as soon as it happened, I'm like, some
Cryptic.
funny.
Real quick, give me 2 seconds. This is too funny.
Yeah, that one was sort of kind of worth it. Thank you, Cryptic.
Oh god, my eyes.
If you guys are going to boot me off the internet for the next 2 hours, let's make it worth the while, make it a $10 or more donation, okay?
That makes my cheeks hurt.
Makes your cheeks hurt.
Yeah.
At least let me finish my story.
What were we talking about?
I was getting ready to tell Jen something that she might appreciate because it's an art story.
Well, isn't she like doing something right now?
Who, Jen?
Yeah, I thought she walked off to go do something real quick.
I don't know. Did she?
Pretty sure.
She might. Okay. Well, I'll wait then.
Now would be the time to, continually test to see if we've improved.
I hate you all.
I love every single one of them, and I told them that too. Just call it the yeet button.
The yeet button.
So
I hope they get this fixed.
I don't. I want to boot everyone.
I just got an email that I hadn't answered yesterday from StreamYards. What can we do to make your experience better?
Not yeet me when I get donations?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like hitting all the other big streamers. Like every time they get one, they get knocked off, because that would be hilarious.
Yeah. I don't understand what's called. It's got to be something with this new thing that the super chats are now in color.
Yeah,
when I share them on screen. That's the only thing that I can say. It has to be with that.
Waiting for it.
Ready for it. Are you
now? Oh god.
That's so good.
Cryptic eated. Let's see if that was in color. Yeah, see?
Yeah, it was.
In the orange color.
I saw it, I watched it, I'm like, we haven't been booted yet. Like 2 seconds later.
It's got to be that new color thing added in. I don't know. And they've, on my dashboard, if you're hosting the stream, it actually gives you a copy of the chat to the side. And it's actually showing the $10, $20 at the top, just like it does over on YouTube. So they've made some changes there, but they've got a glitch.
Could you imagine like one of the bigger streams?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
oh my gosh.
It's so good.
1 million like $2 donation.
But I don't look at it as a glitch. It's a feature.
Yeah, I mean, especially if the chat figures out what's going on.
Which they do, like within like the first two.
Nobody tell Monkey. We have to test it on him.
Well, I figured it out, but it was after the second one where it's like, wait a minute. It was just as a super chat come through. But not everybody that streams is entirely intelligent, and it might take them a while to figure it out.
It's so good, though. I'm genuinely clearing tears out of my eyes. I think I heard myself cough laughing too. It's so good.
Oh, Pat. No, you didn't. He says that new colored thing. Don't talk about me like that.
Hey, the new thing, the OG Superfly.
Oh, Pat, you're something else.
So good, though. I'm so happy.
Anyway, if I can get my story out now that Jen's back. You remember the other day I mentioned that there's a glitch with the Halloween content where it was spawning 20 or 30 raptors in a certain area. Jen?
Sorry. Yep.
You remember me telling you that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the other day, I decided that I want to go look for an equus or a horse. Don't know why. I don't need one. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Because for me, a lot of times it's kind of like Pokemon. I got to have them all, And so I fly over there. And as I'm flying, I hit the biggest wall of lag. I mean, my screen freezes and only moves every 3 seconds. I'm like, what the heck? I never get this kind of lag on, not with the way I got it set up on Arc. What's going on? So I think, well, maybe it spawns so many of those raptors that it's, all of them is causing lag. So I'm figuring there's a few groups of 30 or maybe 40 running around. So I go back to my base, and as soon as I leave the area, the lag quits. I go back to my base, and I get my air squadron. All those birds that are named Meat Shield. I grab them, and I go back. I'm going to kill them all. And again, I'm thinking in my background as I'm flying there. Dun, 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 dun. And I hit that wall of lag again. But I don't see anything. I'm looking. It's kind of hard to look around when you're getting, the screen's only moving every 3 seconds. But so I spot this group of about 20 or 30, and I sick my birds on them. And they start killing them and everything, and they get them all killed off. I get knocked off my bird, but I've got what's the highest level stuff? The light blue that you can have of weapons and equipment. It's kind of light blue. It's the highest level. Add, what is it, Jen?
For admin level? Oh, I don't know.
No. For your weapons and stuff, it's the highest level weapon you can have. It's called something. You've got ramshackle. You've got primitive. You've got ascendant.
Ascendant. Yeah. Ascendant.
I've got an ascendant sword, so I'm just spamming the left mouse button. Since it's lagged so bad, and I survive it. But the lag don't go away after they cleared them out. I'm like, what the heck? And thank you, Cryptic, for the StreamYard's donation. Best $35 I spent today. Sorry, bud. So I appreciate it. And I understand it. I do. I'm only messing with you guys. But so I push further in. And I see this area where the ground is totally black. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing that black ground before. So I pull out my spyglass. I am not exaggerating, where there is at least 2,000 raptors huddled in a corner. They're packed in so tight they can't move.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that if you fly an arc, eventually you're going to jump off your bird by accident, because the E button is right next to the W button.
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh no.
And you could see them starting at waves in the front because the back ones can't move, running towards me. It was lagging so bad I couldn't even get a screenshot. I wanted a screenshot of that look through the spyglass because it was so hilarious. I'm like, there's no way my birds can handle this. There's no way. So I quit out, restarted a previous save, before I got to that point, because I've got a habit of going in because Ark's terrible about saving. It just doesn't save well.
Yeah.
And so every now and again, especially if I'm about to do something that might be risky, I'll go in, copy the save file, save it to a folder on my desktop. And if something goes hinky, I, put that save file back in. So I went back to the old save file and I looked up the cheat code to kill all wild dinosaurs and put it in there. It was the only way I knew to fix it, So just wiped them all out. They respond pretty quickly after. Not those raptors, but the wild dinosaurs started responding, and it actually, there are Halloween events going on, and there are some dinosaurs that are just skeletons, and if you kill them, you get bones and stuff off of them that you can make new costumes.
Okay. Yeah, they did the skin thing again.
Yeah, and so those spawned better, and I got much better spawns around my base afterwards. So it really was a good thing. It helped out. I've thought about doing it again. If the spawns end up being terrible around my base, I'll just do it again. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I wished I could have got a screenshot of it. I tried so hard, but it wouldn't let me. It was lagging too bad. But anyway, now that I've bored everybody with my Ark talk.
No, that's fine. I haven't played it in a while just because it's a little bit harsh on my computer, and I might have cheated with Stardew the other day because it just doesn't eat my computer.
Yeah, I only play single player. I'm not up to the commitment to play on a server because playing Ark on a server is a big commitment.
Yeah.
You've got to go in, you've got to feed them dinosaurs every day. There's just a lot of commitment. And I'm just not up for that right now. Single player, it doesn't run when I'm not on there. So,
yeah.
So yeah, I've been having fun with the Halloween content and stuff. So
it sounds fun though. I do miss it. It's one of those things where I cannot watch a video where somebody else is playing it without kind of wanting to go back in and play it.
That's the curse of playing anything. Once you see somebody else doing it and you haven't done it in a while, yeah, I remember being fun. You get into it, you're huh. I'm remembering why I haven't played in a while.
And it's, yeah.
Oh, there was another funny thing with that too. When I first went back to my base and was going to put the code in to kill all the dinosaurs, the wild dinosaurs, I put in the wrong code. I'm up on my bird high above somewhere when I decided to do it. So I paused it, went and looked up the code on my phone, went back in, opened the command console and put it in. Suddenly I'm falling through the air. I killed all the dinosaurs, including my own. So I had to reload that save again and put in the right one. But one of the things that Pat, if he's still out in the chat, will appreciate, because he and I both like candy corn. To heck with you guys, you haters. I like candy corn. They have drops. You've played Ark before, Dax, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
You know how they got the different colored drops that come down? It's a little thing that comes down out of the sky, and you go loot it. They've got ones now that look like candy corn. Great big giant candy corn. And if you get those, it gives you food and dino candy that changes your dinosaur. If you feed it to a dinosaur, it changes their color temporarily. But yeah. But I was like, oh my gosh, it's no wonder it's lagging over here. I am not exaggerating. There wasn't hundreds, there was thousands. The ground was completely black, and they had run to one end of a box canyon, so they couldn't go anymore, and they were just stuck there until I fell off my bird. Then they become unstuck, of course. But yeah, that's my my funny arc story.
Yeah, the glitches in that game. I do admit some of the glitches are just.
Oh, I love how you'll kill something or something will get killed, and then there's like a glitch where it like stretches out and flops all over the place and all over. You've seen that.
Oh yes, yep.
I've seen a Quetzal though. There is a Quetzal on the map, and I'm gonna get it. I just gotta figure out how to do it by myself. I am gonna get it. But anyway, we'll get off that. What else we got? Anything? My only requirement is let's not do political today.
Yeah, sure.
But everything's political now.
Well, so they say.
That's a hard one, actually.
Yeah, Kyler says, "Sody pop, you weirdos." Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter, but I did see your survey, Pat. On Twitter. Here we call it soda pop. We call it both.
It's soda, you heathens.
No, it's soda pop.
No.
Or you have some of those around here that'll just say Coke. They say Coke for whatever. That's just their code word for a soft drink.
Yeah.
We'll go buy a Coke.
Soda.
Shieldgrass says NFL predictions for tomorrow. I would, but I'll lose about half my chat. It happens every time me and Badgers start talking football.
Chargers will win by 1 point again.
Yeah, thanks, Kyler. Well, at least you made it worthwhile. If you're gonna boot me off the internet, like I said, and in case you're late to the stream, super chat.
Well, at least I hope it pays for a couple of your bills. But
I can't breathe.
In case you're late to the stream, super chats for some reason is closing our hangouts out. They're booting us all off. So that's what's going on. Some of them are in the know and they're being wise guys.
Oh, I'm so fucking happy. Oh my god.
I can't imagine someone going back and watching this stream later that isn't here. It's like, what the heck's going on?
They're just gonna hear me laughing for 30 minutes. I was so happy when it happened. I was like, yes.
Oh, am I gonna make it? What, here before long is going to be my bathroom break. Don't do it while I'm at the bathroom because these guys can't pull themselves back in the, screen until I get done. Oh, hey, Alex, what's going on?
It hurts.
Oh, I do. What a weird glitch, though.
The greatest glitch ever.
Yeah, get a super chat, get booted.
You know, like if somebody's saying, "Yeah, I'll give you a couple bucks to, shut up for half a second."
Well, at least I know what it is now, so I'm quick on the draw on getting everybody back in. Like, okay. That's probably something I pulled out of that drawer, honey. My wife's over here giving me funny looks out of something she's got off the floor. And I probably laid it on the floor when I was going through all the drawers looking for earplugs earlier. It's amazing how many sets of earplugs are around here that only one side works.
I don't know what that one is.
My gosh, I'm not kidding. I probably went through 6 or 7 sets before I found one that all worked. And I picked up one set that was all sticky with something, and I don't think I want to know. Like, oh. What Bear is here? They're talking about you, Alex. You get all screwball about you're not irate Bear anymore, but everybody called you that for 3 years. You're going to have to deal with it. That's just the truth of it. Even I struggle with not calling you Bear once in a while.
I have to do it when I say Alex, and they're like, Alex too. I'm like, Bear.
Yeah. It's hard to change when you call somebody one thing for 3 years, and then all of a sudden you're not.
It's like when you call somebody an ass for a long time, then you start calling them a dick. It's just you got to transition.
Thank you, Michael Weiner, for the Streamlabs donation. I will be gentle, I promise. Thank you. Now I'm just. It's funny. It's funny, guys. I'm not mad. Now, if it got to the point that we couldn't possibly talk, like as soon as we come on, we were bounced off again and bounced off, and that just continued. That might get aggravating.
But it'd be one of the most profitable interruption sessions of all
well,
time.
yeah.
It's like worse than the swear jar. A swear jar is like 25 cents. They're paying you $2 to shut up.
We do got to tell Monkey on this because we might have found something for him that's less painful than the nipple twists.
Hell no. It was going to be like 3 hours of him not being able to say anything. Besides, I think there's a succinct amount of joy that Lady Monkey and I take in the fact that he gets hurt for money.
Yeah.
It's my favorite things. This and that are my favorite things right now.
Hi, irate prostate. Hey, I don't prostate. I don't know if you use StreamYards, but if you get super chats on StreamYards,
no,
it's booting people off the stream.
Stop! You're ruining the fun for everyone.
Of course I am.
No, actually, the more he's telling him about it, the more he's letting them know that if they do it, it's just going to do it.
Yeah, but they might want him not to let it happen, and I want to see it happen to everybody.
Yeah.
Pulling a Joker, I want to watch the world burn.
But, you know, we should at least convince them to wait until we're really deep into a conversation first. Because that's when it's really funny. Because then we come back and we're like, wait, what were we talking about?
So good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we started talking about sports, so.
On a scribe night. Oh, my God.
He would quit.
Oh, Scribe's head would explode.
He was like, well, we were going to stream tonight, but we decided not to because I can't deal with this crap.
Yeah, prostate. I've got Streamlabs, and I've asked people to use it. But you know, my chat has some jokers in it that just think it's funny. But at the very least, I told them if you're going to do it, make it worth my while and make it $10 donation or more.
I appreciate any donation towards him that causes it, but he set the terms, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do get more of the donation if it's StreamYards, but there are some people that can't use it because I don't have credit cards open, and that's because they want information they have no business even needing.
Yeah.
I've looked at it a couple of times, and I'm just not going to do it. I'm sorry. They do not need my social security number. They don't need my bank account information because the money from StreamYards goes directly to my PayPal.
2, 1.
Oh, boy.
Coming out, Max.
It was on stream. They can hear me counting down.
Yeah.
seriously. Well, it's that time.
Mhm.
So I suggest you don't boot them while I'm away in the bathroom because there'll be no stream until I get back. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm so happy. Got a show joke and I got the countdown.
I wonder how long it'll take them to notice.
I hope they don't for a whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will be affected. I can't even imagine like the big popular streams doing one. All of a sudden, every 2 seconds, like, what's going on? It's starting to hurt laughing though.
Mm-hmm.
Worth it. Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't do that to Scribbles. He'd find me.
That's literally what I was thinking. Like, he would go on a murder rage. You'd be like, roulette to the max.
We wouldn't hear about him for 5 days, and he ends up in Vegas on a tower somewhere. So good. Oh my god. All right, I guess we got to be entertaining while I'm trying to recover here. Are you a Trekkie fan? Jen?
Am I a Techie fan?
No, Trekkie fan.
Trekkie
No.
fan.
Yes.
My brother is a Trekkie fan. Anything I know about Trekkie fandom-ish is either from like streams that I watch or from him.
But it's not your cup of tea?
It was entertaining to watch. Like, if it was on TV and that's what, the choice was between, if that was what he wanted, I was okay with that, But I wouldn't say that I went out to look for episodes or anything like that, It's one of those shows, like, there are very much a lot of shows out there that, like, I found entertaining, but, like, it wasn't necessarily something I would run after,
Sure.
So...
Yeah, I find that with a lot of shows that I don't want to say forced to watch because no one gets to tell me what I'm going to watch. I just won't pay attention. But there'll be shows that they put on. I'm like, okay, I'm following the story and whatever. I'm like, all right, well, why is this person doing this? All right, okay, well, that was interesting. That's it. I mean, you don't have to feel for it to have seen it. A lot of people think that if you're watching something, you got to love it. It's like, no, it's the same reason why I was forced to watch American Idol for the first 2 seasons. I didn't have any interest in that. But I followed who was winning, who actually won and all that. I regret it. I remember it. Clay Aiken got gypped, goddammit. But man, I don't know. People go crazy over fandoms. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but some people take it too far. Like the My Little Pony fans need to chill the hell out.
Yeah, I was a kid who grew up with My Little Pony, and
you remember the original, right? The My Little Pony, yeah. There was nothing wrong with that show.
No.
This one is weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how to begin to describe how unhappy I am at seeing the way My Little Pony turned out. It used to be just a plastic doll with fake hair that you could just buy, and then they made a little bit of a backstory. Now there's fandoms and shipping, and it's still.
Yeah, you see, my biggest leap when I was a kid was trying to figure out a way to feed my ponies because I was very much a kid who was raised on beef.
Sure.
And I was like, but horses don't eat beef, so I don't have any grass in my house to feed these horses, so I guess they're going to have to learn fidgets.
They just keep eating their own hair.
I was like, how do I work this out as a child? I'm like, okay, there's no moral way that I'm going to do this. It's going to not be like, what? But yeah, that was my workings of a 7-year-old child. So
Kyler says, I'm proud to say that I have never watched a single episode of American Idol. If I've watched it, it's because somebody else has had it on, and
that's what I was saying. Yeah. We were talking about things that we. I originally asked her if she liked Star Trek, but she's. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Yeah. Bye.
Come on. We can do it.
Later. Back.
Is it gone? Are we gone? No.
I don't know.
You bunch of jokes. I tell you what, cigarette yeet last time, I swear. Okay. Okay, dude. I see how it is.
That took way longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah, I was actually like, did they fix it? Did they fix it?
I know, I was so sad for a second there.
Well, that one did happen different because the previous times it was just instantaneous.
No, it took 3 seconds for most of them.
Well, it didn't. I'm not watching the YouTube page because I'm watching my Streamlabs or StreamYards.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm interacting.
And there is a delay between when a chat shows up on StreamYards and when it actually hits YouTube.
Yeah.
That's how you noticed it before me. Good job.
Yeah. So it this time was different. I was expecting it because you're saying, here it goes. Well, they've seen it over on the YouTube chat. And I watched you guys disappear one at a time. It wasn't just boom, the page crashes.
Yeah.
Like it did before.
It's still so funny though.
Yeah, they're probably working on it, is what they're doing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, because I mean, you got to think that the time starts probably in Australia. So I'm sure they've been doing streams in Australia that have just been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can't be the only one that's experiencing the problem, so I'm sure they're aware of it.
As I was saying,
Yeah.
we were talking about how I asked her if she was a Trek fan. She's like, "Yeah, I'll watch it if it's on." I'm like, "Well, that happens with a lot of things. You don't necessarily hate what you're watching. You're just watching it because somebody else has put it on, and you can follow it, and you can even talk about it, but you don't like it, you know."
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that I hated it. Like, I mean, there was certainly some actors that I liked better. Like, I liked, I really liked Picard. Like, he was probably like my favorite character out of the whole shebang.
Sure.
But that's mostly because Kirk is a little too old for me. Like, most of the shows that I was watching was what my brother was watching, and that was what was current. So, Janeway was like, it started out okay, and then it went weird. Like it just kind of went about the show, and then it turned into like, oh, I'm banging this guy. And that's what I took from it. Like it wasn't as I don't know.
Sheargrass's best stream ever. It just occurred to me. This is almost like a game show. Where you give the audience some kind of control over what happens on the stream. Which is a bad idea, by the way.
I think it's fantastic. He literally can't do anything about it besides disabling Streamlabs or Super Chats. It'd be so bad. it's so good. I'm really dying over it.
But it'd be like a game show, like hit the button. the trap door drops and they fall through.
Well, you're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. Eat.
Yeah. Hey, and it's not YouTube. Who mentioned that? Evil One. Do you think YouTube really cares? It's on StreamYards in.
Yeah, it's a StreamYards thing. It's not YouTube.
Yeah. No, YouTube wouldn't care. No.
No, you're right. They wouldn't care, but it's not from them.
But StreamYards is not YouTube. They actually do apparently have pretty good, customer service. Do care what's going on. I mean, shoot, they're making a ton of money since Hangouts was done away with. So yeah, they're going to take care of you. But anyway, that's just what I was thinking. It reminded me of some old school game show where you give the audience a button, and if they push the button, the contestant falls through the trap door.
Those are great. They need to bring that more back in the limelight. That's so much fun.
Yeah, we were talking about that, Sheargrass. We need to get with Monkey.
No one tell him.
But he's my friend. I have to tell him.
Tell him.
Why?
Because I want him to figure it out, and I want to see him slowly realize it over time. I don't think he's going to get it right away. That's going to be the best part.
It didn't take me long, though.
Yeah, but you were watching the StreamYards. He probably isn't doing that. I don't want to imagine Cisco singing the thong song, but now I can't help it.
Yeah. Havoc says you are the weakest. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Giving the chat any kind of control is a mistake, folks. Trust me.
He's basically saying you guys can't control yourselves. I beg to differ.
No,
Control
I have the
chaos.
best chat in the world.
That's why they keep eating you.
But there's the problem. If my chat is doing it, can you imagine what the other uncontrollable ones are
I
doing?
know, it's so good. That's why it's so much fun.
I mean, I got a great bunch of people, but not every chat on every live stream are a great bunch of people. Trust me, I've watched a few. Some pretty nasty chats out there.
Oh, man, it's still so good. I love
Uh,
you guys, though. Seriously, this has been so much fun. I'm gonna go straight from this to talking about Star Trek. My days have been pretty much made for me.
and how often will it get yeeted?
Oh God, I don't know.
I know you are, Kyler. I know you are. Trust me, I'm not upset in any way. It hasn't got out of hand. If it got way out of hand to where we couldn't even carry on a conversation, that might get a little old pretty quick. But it's not been too bad. Havoc says Sinatra's going to be PO'd.
I don't have any money, but I might do it just to see him shut up for 5 seconds. Don't get me wrong, Sin. I like your buddies, but it'd be funny.
Pat says, can you imagine this happening to Matt Christensen and Blonde? Their streams get constant super chats. Yeah, some of these other streams, much bigger YouTubers than I, that get constant, stuff. I'm like, oh, geez.
Yeah, I worry about them, but at the same time, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Of course, the big guys like Markiplier, they don't use StreamYards or anything. They just record themselves and stream with OBS or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they don't normally have guests with them when they live stream. It's just them. But
right.
Yeah, you'd be getting booted every 2 seconds till it got figured out. And then even after it got figured out, you just know there's people in the chats that's going to do it anyway just to be trolls.
Well, the other thing, too, is you got to think like guys like Markiplier probably have some pretty big lawyers watching their shit as is.
Yeah.
Because like he probably doesn't need the super chats the way that a lot of the little guys do. Like, I mean, they do take the tips. I know PewDiePie, does it. But it's when you think about like how much money they actually really do get from YouTube in comparison.
Yeah.
He's not in the rush to reclaim it, but he probably still does. Like he probably still has the same arguments. It's just, he's still going to have more pull than we little guys like us.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. A year ago, I would have never imagined holding a live stream that would have 43 people watch it. Because a year ago, a good live stream for me with good attendance was like 14 people. So I really appreciate it. But I can't imagine, a live stream with that many people watching. I've for instance, I've watched a bearing stream before, and that chat runs so fast you can't even read it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine that.
Like even Nick Vercade is not probably the biggest one, but like he'll have streams where it goes up to 6,000 people.
Yeah.
And like he has to completely slow down his chat just so that he can kind of read. But like it shows up on his side. And it'll take forever for your comment to go through.
Somebody mentioned a while ago, I think it was Ari Prostate, that Matt and Blonde use OBS. That's probably true. However, a lot of people that are using OBS since Hangouts is done have been using StreamYards to get their guests together. So it's still going to affect them. And Blair White be like, dang, yeah. Yeah. I just cannot imagine if I had a crowd of that size, what would be going on right now once it got realized that super chats are eating the stream. Oh, Faithless says, I don't bother going to the big streams. No point listening live if your comments are lost instantly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel very much the same way. It's just because half the fun is being able to interact, I think, with the people streaming. And if they're not going to see your comments, then
yeah, it comes to the point where the only ones they really read are the paid for ones. And like I don't blame them for that, because like at some point, yeah, it just did get lost. But I try using techniques like the multiple question marks, and every once in a while you get one read, but no, there's not as much interaction because of it.
You all know that I'm a huge fan of the Neebs Gaming channel. I love their content, love their stuff, and I've went to a couple of their premieres, and it's just nuts. It's nuts. It's not even worth it. I don't even go to the premieres anymore. I wait until it's uploaded regularly, because it's just too distracting. I can't pay attention to the video for trying to see what's going on in the chat. And it's too crazy. Where my premieres, which are much, much smaller, I have fun reacting with everybody, in the chat during the video. So yeah, that can be nuts. What? Deck Train says, Dax, would you like to see crossbreeding in Star Trek?
Oh my god. This is what I get for engaging Deck with fan fiction and Rule 34.
Oh, okay. So this is a Rule 34 thing. Okay. All right. I got it. I get it. I was like, what? What kind of crossbreeding are you talking about?
I don't apologize for anything. I'm just not talking about it.
Yeah, irate processes prefer a more intimate venue. Yeah, I do too. And that's my whole point with these live streams. I've endeavored, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've endeavored to make this more like, I wanted to have the feel of you just went to a friend's house, sat down at the coffee at the kitchen table and had a talk, had a chat with a friend of yours, and I want that the way that this feels. And some of these live streams I've gone in and how the chat flies, but you can't possibly have that feel, yes, Nectar Salt, tomorrow, episode 19 is in the bag. It's finished, just waiting to be rendered and uploaded. I won't render it until tonight, till I'm not doing anything, because on my boat anchor of a laptop, it takes about 2 to 4 hours. And it doesn't like it if you try to do other things while it's rendering. So yeah, I set it to render while I'm asleep and not trying to use the computer. Vulcan Klingon hybrids.
Gross.
Well, there has been Klingon human hybrids in both Voyager and the Next Generation.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
awesome.
The inner struggle of a Vulcan Klingon hybrid, yeah, that would be they'd probably kill themselves.
Yeah, probably.
Sip of coffee there. But okay, so what's going on besides everybody getting yeeted?
I don't know what you mean.
You know what you mean. And for those that showed up late, I'll say this again. There's a possibility. I don't know what's going to happen. So if I get this job come Monday, I don't know if there's going to come a stream Tuesday, because I'm sure there's going to be a learning period where I get trained on how to do everything around there. And that will probably be during the daytime. I have the feeling that my work hours will probably be in the evening, but the place is only open like 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. So, it's not like going to be too late of things, but I don't know how that's going to affect the channel. We'll figure it out, though. We will figure it out because, just because I'm going to work doesn't mean this is all going to end. We just might have to reschedule it.
That sounds good for you, Blood.
Well, yeah. A nice little part-time job. There will be some lifting involved, but it's tobacco products. It's none of it's really heavy.
No.
So, TOS says Spock was half human. Yeah, Spock was half human. There have been human Vulcan hybrids since the very beginning. So, if you ever listen or watch those really, really early episodes, in particular, what was actually one of the premiere episodes, but they turned it into a later episode. What was it called? The Menagerie.
Oh, the Menagerie.
Yeah. Spock actually behaved in a much different manner. He spoke in a much more excited fashion.
Mm-hmm.
That was filmed before they really figured out which direction they were going to take Spock. And did you know that the network hated Spock, the character? They hated it. They thought it was bad. The Bible Belt's going to think he's demonic or whatever because of the pointed ears or whatever.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
And come to find out, he was the most popular character, and they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll keep him because they got a lot of letters and stuff. Or the cage, yeah. Yeah, we keep talking about that behind the scenes, irate prostate, but yeah, I'm going to have to wait now until I see if I get this job and how the scheduling goes on that to be able to tell you. The only thing is I've got a sneaking suspicion that there's going to be Sundays, and that means I'm going to miss my NFL, and I'm sad about that. Because it's one of the few things that I really, 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 really enjoy. Sorry, but I do. Spock's a vampire and the Ferengi are Jews. I can see the Ferengis being Jews, yeah, very easily.
That's racist.
But yeah, and I'll mention it one more time before the stream ends because you always get people coming in late to the streams, and I want people to be aware that there's a chance I might be off schedule for a little while. We'll see. I'm not trying to count my chickens before they hatch, but I really, like I said, there was a kid handing his application in the day I picked mine up, and she barely gave him the time of day. She was like, okay, well, I'll be in touch with you, kind of thing. And that was about it. We actually talked for quite a while before I left. So I do like my chances. She seemed very into it, very interested. So we'll see. We'll see. And I'm going to be, my wife and I have discussed, I'm going to be in so much pain and so wore out because I haven't worked for 4 years.
Oh, I know how I'll be in so much pain. Somebody super chat him right now. And we all got quiet, helping him.
I was waiting to see if we got yeeted.
Waiting. Nope. No one donated.
Okay. Well, you guys are watching a different screen than I am, so
I think I might spend the rest of this messing with you.
Oh gosh,
might be fun.
Kyler, no, I didn't get the job yet, but there's a pretty good chance I'll get the job. I like my chances on it. We'll see. But we're not going to count my chickens before they hatch, I'm not getting my hopes up kind of thing. It's just I really like my chances because she seemed very interested in what I had to offer to the workspace. So, and that's the thing, when you go to apply to a job, you got to make yourself stand out. you know. So when I walked in to turn mine in, I turned on the old redneck jokester charm. First thing out of my mouth was waving that in the air. The applications. I'm here to turn this back into you, darling, young lady. She's like, yes, you are. Hush over there. No comments from the peanut gallery. My wife's over there making snide comments. Of course I was flirting. Of course I was. But they like it when the old men flirt because they know they're safe. Because that's all that's going to happen. They're just going to flirt. John Connors says the store manager probably more interested in an older person, as you wouldn't be as tempted to break the rules on sales. Yeah. And plus, I live very close to there, so you know weather's not going to be an issue keeping me away. And you know, my work history shows that I tend to stay places. I'm loyal to the company, you know, wherever I'm working. So, yeah, I believe I've got a lot of things working for me, but we'll see. We'll see. What was that squeaky door? Was that you, Dax? Was that Lori Lore?
That was Lori, yeah.
Yeah. Tell her I said hi.
He says hi.
Oh,
You can
hello,
hear him say
Laura.
hello. Just say hi. Woman.
Hi. Like, don't be afraid. You know I don't bite, Lori Lore.
Not hard anyway.
No.
Pretty soon, not at all. He's going to be a gummer. It'll be delicious. He's going to have a no denture adventure.
You will never see me without my dentures. I sleep in them. If I take them out and brush them and put them right back in. No, I don't do that. I'm not one of those guys. The only time I take them out and they stay out for any length of time is if my gums get sore, which does happen sometimes. Anybody who wears dentures knows that. And you just got to take them out and give your gums a rest a little bit. But mine fit very well, so they don't get sore too often. Let's see what's going on out in the chat. Mr. Dex says, are they made from cherry wood? Talking about my dentures. No, they're not made from cherry wood, but they are very old. This is the same set I got when I was 24 and I'm now 59. So I've had them all these years. I don't see any point in getting new ones when these still work and aren't broken. Dax, Deck Train X, Dax, have you seen the YouTube video called StarCon?
No.
So there you have it. He hasn't seen it. Amanda says, yeah, because she just got new dentures. I ain't taking my dentures out for anything except to clean them, and even that hurts like well, it won't hurt so much soon. You'll heal up fine. It won't hurt so much. For me, it's just more of an embarrassment. I don't like people to see me without my teeth. I don't like it. It embarrasses me. Because if I don't tell people, and that's people that meet me in real life, they don't know I have dentures. So.
Yeah, they've done a lot over the years to make them look more authentic. Same with the eyes for people who are blind.
Yeah.
Like the advancements that they've done are pretty good.
Yeah, well, mine are very old. Like I said, I got mine when I was 24, which would have been 1984 when I got these. But yeah, some dentures you see, they make you look like you've got way too much teeth, like a mule or something. Yeah. Mine don't do that. Mama Minnie just got hers done. My daughter, take mine out when I'm sick, scared to puke them into the toilet. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, if I'm pukey. And I've coughed them out a few times if I have a really bad coughing fit. You just have to be quick on the draw so they don't hit the floor. Get your hand up there to catch them. But if you're puking, no, you don't want to do that. Yeah, take them out when I puke. Don't want to fish them out of the toilet. Oh crap, Kyler says my neighbor is mowing the lawn. Now I probably should too. Lawn mowing season here where I live is probably done. Probably done. I don't know. There might be one more cut, but probably done. The grass isn't really growing. Yeah. Amanda says she hadn't thought of that. Yeah. It's not pleasant. Super chats fixed. I don't know. Nobody's done one in a while. And knowing Cryptic, even though he said he's done, he's going to shoot one just to see if it's fixed. Shut up, Dax.
I didn't say a word. I just said, let's find out.
Why you keep trying to get us yeeted for? You're a funny guest. You get a guest on a spot on a stream, and all you want to do is get it shut down.
I mean, you're getting paid.
I am. Yeah.
Every time it's so good.
And apparently, we're test Cryptic.
Yay.
So this is where the internet scientists went.
They're just using us as lab rats. Can you imagine us just running the maze they planned out for us?
Yeah. John Connor says $8 short, Cryptic. Yeah. That wasn't a $10 donation. Shame on you.
I could make an Asian joke. I totally should. About getting a discount.
Well, they are known for being cheap. They are known for. I've got a funny story I can tell from when I was a service advisor for a Toyota dealership. But real quick, Mama Minnie says, "Oh yes, Amanda was there about a year ago. Before you realize it, it'll be second nature. Won't even realize they're there." And she's absolutely right. You get totally used to it and don't even realize it. That hey, I've got false teeth. It becomes normal for you. But trust me, Amanda. Program I'm using. It's a glitch. And we're back.
Yep.
Cryptic. Here's the other 8. You moron. But yeah, I said there was a funny story. When I worked at a Toyota dealership, we had this Oriental gentleman come in. I think he was Chinese, but I'm not real sure. They all look alike to me. Sorry, Cryptic, but it's true.
I mean, did you throw him down the stairs to find out what his name was?
No. But he would come in and he had money. We knew he had money. Everybody knew he had money, but he had this old Accord. It was like old at the time that I was working there, which was in the early 2000s. And it was like a 1980s something. And he just kept patching it up. And what he would do when you'd try to tell him something was wrong with it, he'd act like he didn't speak English.
Good lad.
And he come in, and I was trying to show him he had a tire that had a nail in it and ask him if he wanted us to fix it, which wasn't expensive. It was like, at that time, it was like $5 to fix your tire or something. And he kept saying, no speak English, don't understand, and I'm pointing at the nail and he knew exactly what was going on. He was driving me nuts. So I went back and I told one of my compadres in the same job, Mark, I said, this guy's driving me nuts. I can't get through to him. And what's going on? He doesn't speak English. And, real quick, donation on StreamYards. I'm cheap, huh? By Cryptic. I didn't say you were cheap.
I deny any message that comes through StreamYards and Streamlabs and all that other good junk. It only has to come through Super Chat, so I can't talk about it.
Yeah. But anyway, I said, this guy doesn't speak English. It was my first time dealing with him. And Mark says, I know that guy, and he's yanking your chain. He goes, watch this. He goes, get him out here, and we'll sit down at the table and talk. I said, okay, I got him out there. So my buddy, he lays out, your car needs this, and your car needs this, your car needs this, and your car needs this. and he says, now, what do you think about that? And just shut up. And the Chinese guy says, I think that's a bull crap. It's
Awesome.
like, caught ya.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. I could probably tell a lot of stories from when I worked in car garages, the stuff that happens. But we've made it an hour and a half. Another half hour. TC says, knock, knock, Blackwing. Yeah. Knock, knock. I hope they get it fixed by the next stream, though. This becoming a regular thing, I could see that becoming annoying.
I mean, maybe eventually, but I got a long time before that would kick in. So, I mean, keep it coming.
Yeah. Better take advantage of it, I guess, while it's a thing. Yeah. Another sip of coffee, light a cigarette. So anyway, what's going on with everybody out there again? Besides us getting booted off every time somebody.
That's all I care about.
That's all you care about. What about you, Jen? What do you care about?
Well,
besides
right
the fact that Canada is falling apart, what do you care about?
It's mostly just trying to stay afloat. Like I said, like with everything being kind of on flames up here, it's mostly just focusing on keeping my own mental health thing. So like I've been following other streams, trying to find other topics that aren't necessarily to do with mine, or sometimes I played Stardew Valley for a whole day. I was like, nope, this is not more important, but it's more amusing.
Yeah. Well, I've been like that for a couple of weeks now. I've been staying away from social media and just playing games and doing stuff, more important things like that. Yeah.
Like I am taking advantage of the situation that I'm in, at least in terms of like setting something up to do like a podcast stream with Functional, just because like I think the situation's really bad up here. But for the most part, like when I talk to my brother, I'm like talking to him about shows. Like he started playing WoW again last week, and for him it's just a nostalgia kick thing. Like he's probably gonna play it for a month and just be like, yeah, you know what, it hasn't really changed, but it was fun. So a lot of that. I helped my mom with trick-or-treaters last night, and it was 9 kids.
Yeah. No, that's all you had show up was 9 kids?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sounding a little distracted because I'm actually looking at the pictures that Mama Minnie just sent me. I'll have to get this download to show to you guys because it's just on my phone right now. Who's the little one? Is that the boyfriend's little kid? Mama Minnie, if you're still out there. Is that Peyton? I guess, makes her my newest grandchild. If that's true, that makes 11.
No, 12 because he's got a boy too.
Oh, 12 because he's got a little boy too. Right. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody tells me anything.
His name is Ryan. If they get married, they got Brady Bunch.
So yeah, cute. Yeah, Peyton. Riley wasn't with us. Okay. geez, if you guys get married, that gives me 12 grandkids. Good grief. That's an even dozen. And I'm not that old, folks, to have that many. I'm only 59. My gosh.
She'll have 3 girls, 3 boys.
But at least but the wife makes a point. It would add to the boy count a little bit. Right now I'm pretty outnumbered. You know, I have 10 grandkids and there's 3 boys to 7 girls. So
So you're basically still telling Monkey to hold your beer?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I got him beat by a bunch. And I did tell that the last stream I was on with him, though, on Monkey in the Morning stream. I said, wait till you catch up with me, dude. Because, you know, he's had a new grandkid.
Mhm.
I said, wait till you catch up with me. But yeah, Mom May says, might as well just include him now. Yeah. Well, we do include Azzy, and Azzy's technically not blood related. But I'm the only grandfather I think that she's known, so she's part of the family. She was a kid from my ex-brother-in-law, son-in-laws from a different relationship. But I remember we were together with her and her sisters one time, and one of them come up to me and says, "Can I call you Papaw?" Well, of course you can. I mean,
How come that's every time I walk up to you, I'd be like, "Can you call me a cab?"
I mean, when a little kid comes up to you and says, "Can I call you Papaw?" because she hears everybody else calling you Papaw, that's going to melt your heart. Are you going to say no? Of course not. Of course not. But my youngest granddaughter, my youngest daughter's youngest, I've been trying to get her to call me Papaw for a while because, you know, little kids, she calls every man daddy. You know, that's just what she thinks, you know. And she finally, I was taking them home the other day, and she finally, on her own, was calling me Papaw from the back seat. I'm like, oh, she finally done it. Got it.
It's amazing how fast they grow too. Like even just watching Satsu's little Aaliyah. Like she's just been born in August, and she's already grown so much.
Yeah. Oh well, trust me.
Mhm.
The oldest grandkid is 14.
15.
Oh, my wife's correcting me. 15. I'm terrible with ages and birthdays, just like I am names. 15. And it's just like yesterday. She was this little 2 or 3 year old kid. I would spin me, Papaw, spin me. She wanted to sit in my computer chair and be spun, you know. That's my baby, Dad. Get your own. No, Alex loves her some Papaw too. That's her name. But she does love Mama Minnie. It's not her kid, but she's all about her. Her aunt. At J-Kid's wedding, she was just, that's where she was. Well, she'd get down once in a while and come over and mess with Papaw. And then she'd run right back to her aunt. Because we were sitting at different tables. But Grillin' Pirate Pete says, my mom was either Aunt Jenny or Grandma Jenny to the neighborhood, because to Mom, everybody was family. I doubt my neighborhood knows me. The only one that knows me is my neighbor across the street, and that's because they're my landlord. And then the neighbors next door to us, because we're always getting their packages. I don't know why people can't read house addresses, but when they deliver, and pizzas, when they deliver pizzas, they bring them to our house. No, that's next door. Sorry. You know, and the address is right on the mailboxes, right out close, but our mailboxes are close together. So I guess that confuses them. I don't know why it is, but you know, they're constantly delivering the wrong stuff to our front porch. It's got to the point now that the neighbors know that, so they watch for them. So when they just come over to our house automatically to get the package to save us having to bring them over. Mom Minnie says, yeah, I'm still the favorite. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Papa's working on her. You're all the way up there in Michigan, and I'm right here in the same city with them. So we'll see. I'm just teasing. But, oh, crap. Well, my sugar's acting up on me. But we've made it almost to the end of the stream, so we're going to get to the stream. I've got... Oh, there's candy. Oh. My wife must have raided the granddaughter's candy.
No, give it to me.
Huh?
Driver gave it.
A driver gave that to. She works for FedEx, so a FedEx driver gave it to. So we're gonna see what kind of candy we got in here and eat some candy. Sorry, guys, I don't. I don't like eating on stream, but when my sugar drops like this, oh, there's some chocolate. Yeah, I'm all about the chocolate. And if
Everyone should be all about the chocolate.
I never liked chocolate as a young man, but when I hit 50, something changed in me. Something, because your taste changes over years, and you like things you didn't used to like, and you begin to not like things that you used to like. And at the age of 50, something happened, and I just love chocolate now. Yeah, that's good chocolate. I know that's rude, guys. I'm sorry, but my sugar's dropping. I got to do something. And if that don't do the trick, I've got some orange juice. Maybe my wife will get me a glass of orange juice. I got a glass right here.
You're fine. You do what you got to do. Had to laugh with my mom about that though, because and this is going to be a common complaint from older kids or adults, but the candy sizes and how much they've shrank. I just kept joking with my mom. I'm like, this is what happens when you let communists into your country, Mom.
Well, we got a jug of orange juice that if I drink a glass of orange juice is great for when this happens. I'm the opposite of what diabetic is, and I can never remember what's what. One's hypoglycemic and the other one's hyperglycemic.
You're hypo.
Hypo.
Yeah, my wife was telling me I'm hypo. And so once in a while, my sugar level just drops through the floor, and I have to have something to bring it up. It just happens to me every once in a while.
Yeah, I think it was when I realized my mom was handing out these bags of chips for Halloween that were not even 80 grams. Like, that's not even a handful. That's like one big handful. I'm like... I mean, for a little 3-year-old or 4-year-old, that's perfect. But if you're like an 8 or 9-year-old, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I was thanking my wife for bringing me a glass of orange juice. I hate it when that happens to me, too, because I start to break out in a really cold sweat, feel like I'm going to pass out, get really weak and super shaky, and I'm already shaky as it is, naturally. Yeah. That's good. I like orange juice anyway.
I can't drink Minute Maid orange juice. It, like, clogs up my throat for some reason.
This is, I think it's Kroger brand.
Come try Kroger.
It's just the supermarket brand orange juice in a jug, and it's pretty tasty.
I can do Sunny D, but I can't do certain orange juices.
Ooh, Sunny D. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm not. I am judging you, but I'm not judging you.
Oh, you act like I go out and I buy it. No, I can drink it. I just don't buy it.
Oh, okay, there's cookies in here. I'll split it with you. You don't want no cookies? Okay. Well, my wife is diabetic. She really doesn't need it. I'm surprised she accepted it, probably for me. Oh, the chat says hi, honey.
Hello.
Could you all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to eat this cookie. I like cookies.
Mama Minnie need to tell you
Good
about
cookie.
your-
Do you guys want cookie?
I've got a pumpkin flavored Kit Kats.
Kit Kats, not Skittles.
I have Skittles too. I have a ton of those.
Pumpkin spice Skittles.
Well, somebody brought a bunch of Skittles, so I got them. So I'm going to be eating them later.
But they're pumpkin spice Skittles.
I don't know what they are. They are.
Well, you are a millennial, and we
I'm
all
not,
know.
but you know.
We all know how the millennials love that pumpkin spice garbage.
First off, I like pumpkin pie, not pumpkin spice. Also, they're called cauldron, whatever, and their flavors are boogie berry, griping grape, lurking lemon, petrified pear, and twisted tangerine.
Yeah, John Connor says I have my jar of peanut butter next to me. Yeah, I've got a huge jar of peanut butter in the kitchen, but Mama Minnie says I did not hear what Mom just said to me.
I said, tell him about your episode of the haunted house.
She said, "Tell me about your episode at the haunted house." Evidently, something happened at the haunted house. I agree, Cannibal Caretaker. Pumpkin spice is nasty. The only thing pumpkin spice that I have liked are the Pop-Tarts.
I think it was this Filipino lady that runs the convenience store closest to me. She was like, pumpkin spice tastes like what old men smell like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I said too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think the worst thing I've seen so far, and I only drank it because I was punking myself. It was really just a waste of money, but Red Bull has this holiday flavor thing that they've been pushing.
Uh-huh.
And it's like if you could condense the seasonings in a potpourri bowl into like a little tiny can beverage and then make it a soda. Yeah, it was gross. It's really, really potent. Like,
Mama May says, what's it? Oh, they're scary. Just FYI, you know, I don't like to be startled, but it was funny. Okay, yeah, I'm not real big on being startled myself. Pat says, don't tell SDA that. Yeah, I know. I think pumpkin spice is nasty myself. But I'm a real coffee drinker. I don't even like Starbucks. I hate Starbucks. I think their coffee is nasty. It's terribly nasty. And I understand now why people put all that foo-foo stuff in it to drink it, because it's nasty. It tastes terrible. But that's just my opinion. I'm a real coffee drinker. I drink it with no sugar, no cream, just black.
You're so weird.
Well, a lot of it too has to do with how it's contained. Like basic coffee at like a Starbucks isn't much different than say like a little coffee shop. But the problem is they're making large batches with the intentions of selling lots of it to lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee has a shelf life, and it's a very short one. Like, it's actually better to drink it within the first 15 minutes of the pot being brewed, because the longer it sits, the more acidic it becomes. So, like, it becomes more bitter. And if you drink old coffee, like, say you go to a coffee shop and it's a 45-minute old pot, that's going to sit in your stomach like acid. And a lot of people, like, you know, because you feel sick afterwards.
Yeah. You want some of the best coffee that you can have out, believe it or not. And Mama Minnie worked for quite a while for a big gas station chain, station coffee.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty good coffee.
It's very good. It's usually very fresh because they go through it a lot, make a lot. Yeah. And it's very good.
Yeah, it's a very real thing. Like, it was one of those things that I had to do when because I've worked at a Second Cup and a Tim Hortons and a Starbucks, and like they really had the timers set for most of them. It's just the Starbucks guys, because they go through so many staff members, they don't really get all that training. So a lot of guys, it's like so espresso has an 8-second time life in that little cup. So you have to transfer that to something that's not going to continue to kill it. So you think like a latte, if they take 10 seconds to pour that shot into that cup and then put your milk on it, it's already dead. So what you're tasting is what's called a death shot with sugar.
But personally, I think I make the best coffee.
Oh, you probably do.
Better even than, gas station coffee. So I prefer my own coffee to anything that's out there.
Yeah.
I make the best coffee.
One of my favorite ones is really like if you can get a good bean that you grind yourself with a good French press. Really good stuff, because you actually time it yourself. It is kind of like making a tea, but you've got more time on how much time the water is spending with your coffee beans, and you're also not reburning them too, because like some places the water's too hot that they're using to brew their coffee with, and that's actually a thing too. If it's not hot enough or too hot.
Wait a minute, whoa. Dad sucks at watching chat sometimes. Well, it's kind of hard, but hey, folks,
Yeah.
you guys have met my son, J Kid. You've met my daughter, Mama Minnie. Now meet my other daughter, Boo.
Hi, Boo.
You know how we can give him more time to read the chat? Somebody donate right now.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's booed me off.
It's so good though.
Yeah, I've been around the track for different places in terms of working with like food items. So like, some places you like my second cup experience, the manager was pretty good, but like he was just a businessman. He didn't give a shit about coffee. His son was great. Like I could ask him any kind of questions and he would, send me on like these little trips to investigate stuff on my own. And then Starbucks is like I said, it's the hippie joint. You'll get some people in there that are serious coffee makers who really enjoy, what they do, but most of them are just like, yeah, I'm just here for a job.
Yeah.
Can't blame that either.
I like my coffee because I know exactly how much I need to put in to make it the way I like it, and I know exactly which brands of coffee I like, and
Whatever I buy.
well, that's pretty much we're poor, so we have to buy what's on sale. But yeah.
Have you ever tried like a Vietnamese coffee or like a Arabic coffee, like the really thick kinds? It's like what my dad would call, this is how you grow hair on your chest, Jen. You just take a sip of this every day for the next year and you will be a Sasquatch.
Or make it fall out.
That too. If you're not walking on it, it's not made right. Yeah, the Vietnamese one's really good. But it's still another one that's like, it's kind of finicky. But
what's Cryptic talking about, and why is it going to cost him $20, John Connor?
Oh God. Is it because I said Vietnamese coffee? I wasn't directing it at you.
No.
I mean, I could have gone into the sandwich. I mean, that's pretty good too. I mean, I can't pronounce the Vietnamese version of it, but bang something. He's laughing at me now too. He's like, Jen, you've heard me say it before.
Okay.
Sorry, Blood. I watch a lot of food traveling shows sometimes, just because it's like, as a poor person, I'd like to try food, but I can't. So
well, you sound like my youngest daughter because she's all about those food shows.
Oh yeah, there's lots of places. If they weren't like scary, or if I wasn't poor, or if there wasn't so much into it that you really have to look into, there's a lot of places I'd go to food travel in an instant. But I'd rather go to the U.S. because A, I could probably afford that a lot easier, and B, you're right next door. So I'll just work on a proper passport, which might take longer, considering shit.
Evil One says, does Vietnamese coffee have cattails in it? I don't know.
I don't know. Does it, Cryptic?
Yeah, it's a stronger, it's a slow drip coffee too. I think like it's a really slow drip coffee, so it's a little bit stronger. And then they use the condensed milk because it's theirs is actually sweetened. That's probably one of the biggest issues I've found here for it is some people just use condensed milk, but it actually has to be sweetened condensed milk because they don't add sugar to it. Like that's where your sweetness comes from.
Right. I just like straight old Colombian coffee. I tell you who does make a good coffee to use, and that's Dunkin' Donuts. You can purchase it at the store, Dunkin' Donut coffee.
Yeah.
And make it at home, and it's pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I've got a Keurig that I use to make my coffee, and I've got Dunkin' Donuts Keurigs, and I'm actually quite impressed because like Tim Hortons coffee was a lot better when I worked there, but over the years I feel like because it's so much more chain now, the coffee isn't as good. Like like when I'm being honest and I compare the two, like the Dunkin' Donuts actually had more of a nicer flavor to it. Like it wasn't.
Cryptic says Vietnamese coffee is seasoned with dog. Let's see. Sheograph asks, why was Uhuro's hair so brown? Because William Shatner. Oh, Shio.
Yeah, I've been working on a lot of that on my free time. Like I watch videos and I'm just like, you know what? If I had a better setup, I had better equipment, I could probably recreate everything that I watch. I mean, you're gonna fail for some of it because it's still science. Like, but most of what I watch, I'm like, yeah, I've done most of this before in some form or fashion. It's just a lot of it is whether or not it's worth the outcome, you know, because handmade stuff, it's a lot of the work isn't worth it. That's why it's expensive.
Yeah. The first time I tried Starbucks, the wife and I were getting ready to fly somewhere where we were in the airport. So there was a Starbucks right there. We had to wait for a flight. And I think as we was going to visit Mama Minnie when she was living in Arizona. Anyway, I seen it over there, and I'd heard people, all this talk about Starbucks, of course, and I'll go give it a try. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Lord.
Yeah.
Big mistake. I said, this isn't coffee.
Yeah.
I remember ordering it. And said, well, what do you want in it? Because they're used to making all those foo-foo, latte, whatever. I'm like, nothing. You sure? Yeah.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Kiosk and then regular coffee.
Should have took something. It was nasty.
I feel bad for you now. And then you went on a flight. That must have. Oh God, I'm sorry, blood.
The next 6 minutes, who brewed the dogs up? Who? Oh yeah, I remember that song. I get it. But well, we are almost at the end of the stream. So this is the point where I thank everybody for coming out. Thank you, chat, for coming and supporting and yeeting me off the channel several times and all of those things that you do that make this channel happen and make it great. Couldn't happen without you. Mama Minnie, no, it is not. That happens tomorrow night. Daylight savings.
It happens at 2 a.m. tonight.
Oh, is it tonight?
I'm pretty sure.
It's usually on a Sunday.
I might be wrong, but I thought it's tonight.
Huh.
2 o'clock.
So it's tonight. Okay. Well, all right. Well, it happens tonight then.
And because I corrected that for you, y'all should send $2 right now.
No. Let me finish the stream for Pete's sake. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. I really do appreciate it. Dax, thanks for coming on, even though you advocated for people to eat me off. Anything you want to shout out?
I will be on Blind Press's Star Trek stream after this, actually.
There you go. Go check that out.
It's gonna be
Well,
fun.
I hope you guys have a lot of fun with that too. Like doing normal stuff is something I kind of envy a little.
Yeah.
Although I stand by my convictions and everything that I'm doing. So after this stream, about 3 o'clock, we're gonna set up for our stream and get it started. Hopefully, we'll get Prospero will contact me. Functional, I've already talked to, so I'm probably gonna hop into a Discord with him. And yeah, that'll start at 3, and it's just like I said, it's gonna be a lot of wacky stuff.
Cool. And as for me, the premiere for episode 19 of Redneck Trek will be tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern time. As far as I know, the next Redneck Radio will be Tuesday at 2:30. It's normal time. However, like I said, not knowing what's going to go on with this job that I'm trying to get, no promises. If I don't stream, I'll try to get it out on Twitter. But since some of you don't have Twitter, if I don't stream, you know it's because I had to work. But we'll get it all figured out.
If he doesn't stream, he's probably in the bathroom from drinking too much coffee.
Well, I'm always in there as it is. There's no such thing as too much coffee. What are you talking about? No such thing. But anyway, that gets us to the end of another stream. And hopefully see y'all tomorrow at 5:30. But until then, get out of my yard.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.